got coming up on April 29th, my brother?
Man, bro, I got my birthday coming up first of all, and I'm celebrating 32 years, so that's a blessing right there. And I got my first ever short film called The Hitchhiker coming out actually, so I'm really looking forward to this year, and for Monday coming up, so it's a blessing, yeah, man.
Man, I bet. How does that all feel?
It feels at first it felt kind of awkward because like at first it's like man I always thought about doing a short film, but it's like how do I go about this? What's the steps in that? But you know, doing 5 years in acting, yeah. I've actually studied so much from my past gigs with behind the scenes, and I'm like, okay, well, I know it's hard, but I'm ready to take on a challenge, and I took on the challenge, and after 4 full days actually, I was really exhausted mentally because like, damn, I can't believe it, like I'm actually shooting a short film, a movie basically. And now we finished with it. It was like basically about a month ago that we actually wrapped it up. So it's been a great feeling since.
So can you tell us a little bit like what exactly your role is? I know the title's called Hitchhiker, but what is your acting role in the whole thing?
I'm actually the actual hitchhiker. Just so it. Got a call.
Keep them coming.
Keep them coming. Oh, but
yeah. So basically, I'm actually the actual hitchhiker. Man, where to start? Because even though it's my own story, but it's like where do you start? Where do you start? Even though you actually made the movie, but was like, where do you start? How do you explain it? Basically, I'm just a hitchhiker. I came up with the ideas from watching a few thriller films, and you know how some people don't trust hitchhikers. And I'm like, man, how can I turn this into something that people will be like, oh shit, you know, like I'm kind of a little terrified myself.
Yeah.
So and that's when I came up with the Hitchhiker. You know, everything. I have had the idea for months, and I ended up finalizing it on paper. Originally, the thing was really like at least 7 to 8 minutes. It ended up turning to 20 minutes. So.
Oh, wow.
And Leo was actually a big part of the film.
Oh, what's your role in the film?
Look, ladies and gentlemen, for those that don't know, I do want to thank the actor Faustino Deblas. I really want to thank him because, to be honest, like I really got into acting because of him. So I really got into acting because of him, and it was something to me that I really didn't expect to get into acting, but Tino really pushed me, and he was like, you know what, Leo, you need to, you know, this is something that I feel that you should do. And I remember telling him, nah, bro, I don't think I'm built for that. Like, that's not. He's like, but you're a music artist. If you're a music artist, you could be an actor as well. And I was like, man, you're right on that. So I ended up taking the initiative and just going for it and doing it. And the very first set that I was ever on was for the Bat, right?
The Bat, yeah, the Batman fan film.
Yeah, so the very first set that I was ever in, was for the Bat. I was literally, you know how long I was on set? I was on set for 12 hours.
We actually came on set, I think, let's say maybe 3 or 4 o'clock p.m. We didn't get off till like maybe 1
or 2 in the morning.
And Leo actually thinks, oh, it's gonna be something short, simple. Like, bro, it's just not that simple. Like, people think acting is easy. It's not.
Yeah.
You're just so much into it, so much, and you got to put in so much work, so much hours. That little scene alone probably was maybe, I want to say, a 5-minute, 7-minute top scene, and it took about damn near 12 hours tops just to do that.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't realize that, but it really did take a long time. I was actually pretty surprised that it took that long. The scene, how long was the scene, maybe? The scene was less than...
I want to say at least, the movie hasn't been released because he's still working on it, but I want to say maybe, I want to say like a 5-minute scene tops.
It was a 5-minute scene and we took 12 hours to literally film the whole thing. So one thing, that's why I want to say thank you, because you know, that really meant a lot.
Man, you good, bro. Like I said, since day one, bro, like, I'm going to look out for you just like you've always looked out for me, bro. So it's like, you already know what it is. And I think you ended up doing another project with with Reggie? I forgot the name of that movie already.
Which one?
Thor versus World Corp or something like that. Yeah, when we had the premiere, your first premiere.
World Corp or
Thor versus the World Corp or something like that.
Something like that.
Kind of like an Avengers fan film type, you know, but like Houston, Texas made.
Yeah.
Leo actually got his first taste at being at his own premiere, so just to see him on the big screen is like, man, that's a blessing right there. Just to see him shine, so it was pretty cool. And then just to see him in Sunday in Houston.
Oh, yes.
And of course, hell yeah. So that was a bigger blessing. And I told Lil, you know what? It's not much what I can do, but let's have a scene because I already had wrapped up the film. So it was like, damn. And I just talked to the second person who was in the film, Big Cree, when he told me, he wanted to be a part of the movie, but it's like, damn, how do I add two guys into the film? And they already wrapped up. Then for some reason, I talked to one of the actors, Roman Bryan.
Shout out to Roman.
Shout out to Roman Bryan, Maria Shank, Joanne Johnson, RJ Atkins. They're one of the actors they're the main actors in the project. So thank you for everything. And I couldn't have done it without them, to be honest. But yeah, I told him, man, how can I add this part to the scene? And he gave me the bright idea. And Leo, because you did the scene already, all jokes aside, it's like, man, how can I do something with this? And I just made up everything as it goes. So you know how Avengers had this like little end credit scene. So that's kind of like what I did with Leo's scene and Roman's scene. I did like a little special end credit scene. So once you watch the full movie, you gotta like watch the whole thing in order like to see what's gonna happen next. But that was pretty dope, man. Just to see Leo scene right there with Roman Bryan. So it was pretty awesome, man.
So what made you exactly ever want to get into acting?
Oh man. I get asked that question a lot, and I always give multiple answers because it's like, damn, how do I always want to get into acting? It's like I've always loved the entertainment business, but at that time, when I wanted to be an actor or entertainer, like how do you go about it? There's no resources, back in the millennium, so it's like, well, shit, I'm just going doing my own thing. Then I linked up with a special friend, R.I.P. Wicked Cricket, and he brought me to the underground. Oh man, almost 10 years to the day. So it's like, I started traveling with him underground, and he introduced me to these special people. And then along the way, it's like, I started doing my own thing. Then I came across a friend who brought me on set for my first project, and it's like, it's cool. I had a little cameo, no lines, so I got to shine. And then I had also a good friend who had told me about the script at that time, new movie called I Crush. So I was nervous as hell auditioning. It was like, I would say maybe.
Was that the first film that you were in?
I Crush the movie, yes. It was like maybe 3-4 years to the day where I actually auditioned for that movie. It was crazy. I really imagined it on my birthday week. So I ended up doing my thing. I didn't like, what the hell is an audition? What do you do? Like, what the hell, But I ended up working with somebody, and I just got them. So months later, we ended up doing I Crush the movie, and here we are years later. I've learned so much from then, and I just decided to take all that knowledge and put it towards making a project.
Sorry.
Are you good?
And I really feel like as an actor, you had like I feel like you had like a very hard road to get to where you're at, bro. Because like me as a musician, I feel like I had a hard road to get to the position where I'm at.
I think you and I met a couple years ago, and I like seeing where you were to where you're at now, and then I want to say you've really grown a lot. But it's like I'm really proud of you of all your accomplishments, all your tours, all your sales, everything. The radio station is like, man, and like if I tell you if I can help out with anything, I'm down for you. Like hell, if I can help you with the acting scene or whatever, like I got you, bro. So and you see me from like day one. I forgot how long ago we met. But you see me from where I was all those years ago to where we're at now. It's like, well, shit, it's crazy how life changes for all of us.
And then that's a huge thing that I love about Tino so much that I appreciate you for. He's always coming out to support us, like whether it's a show or we're just posting up. Like I really appreciate you.
Oh yeah, you're good.
Always coming out.
Like I said, whenever I can, not all the time I'm out because I'm always working, just doing some other projects. But like I love to support everybody that supports me. And DMI is one of my favorite artists, so of course, I gotta show love because it's like that's family right there, So I just had a question, like, Bree, when are we gonna put you in the movie though? That's what I want.
Man, that's a question.
Unfortunately, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is taken, but I got love for you, Bree. So
and the 7 Dwarfs are taken too.
The 7 Dwarfs.
Man, don't disrespect me like that.
Just saying,
Don't disrespect me like that. But no. Funny story, before I knew that I could sing and everything, I think I was about 7 years old. It was my mom and my sister-in-law who set up my very first audition.
Okay.
So I always wanted to be an actor, whatever, ever since I was little. And shout out to James Houston, let me drive the boat.
Shout out to James Houston.
Yeah, shout out to James. But But no, they had set up my very first audition. I was 7 years old, and I loved it. That was my first.
And what do y'all do? Did you remember yesterday?
If I'm not mistaken, it was like to get into like Disney networks. So it was like different agencies and things like that.
They're gonna allow short people on Disney, bro. That's just us tall people. We can't get it. So you gotta go with the wine. The mouse is like she can't barely reach, but they kicked me out because I could reach the mouse. So
Shut up.
Man.
But no, it was good, and I love that thrill of, oh shit, I gotta remember the lines, or even if you forget it, you gotta just keep going with it.
You gotta go with the flow. And one thing about it, a lot of people do struggle remembering lines because like sometimes you gotta go word for word, and there's some people who actually want you to go word for word, or if you can actually just
like
try to do a little improv, but as long as you stay to the topic, or just be natural. That's it. I'm not saying I'm natural, but it's like I tend to go with the flow and how I'm feeling.
How was just So tell us more about this film. Is it gonna be scary? Is it more action or?
It has a little bit, of everything. Like a major thriller.
Comedy, a little thriller.
It's gonna be a little comedy, knowing me and a few others. Yeah, we try to not add too much comedy, but it was just kind of hard because there were some actually funny moments. I don't know if y'all watched the behind the scenes where I actually posted it, where I was trying to climb up this bayou, and it was so like tall, and I'm like, man, we're struggling, and I got Roman recording me. I'm about to slip. I'm slip my head. Yeah, like a big people climbing, bro. That's hard, shit. So, in one of the clips that I kept, you can see me just sliding off like slow motion, like oh shit, that's just. But I might as well keep that. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of thrillers, some action, a little bit of comedy, no love, of course. But yeah, I do gonna like the project, basically.
But okay, I'm excited to really see that, man. Y'all been hyping it up, and
we've been hyping it up as much as possible, thanks to you guys.
Shout out to Joanne, I met her on
Joanne.
set.